Gen V Season 2, Episodes 1 to 3, Recap for Chance, Justice Never Forgets, H is for Human. Setting and context. Season 2 starts with a reset in tone and purpose. The world is still reeling from the end of Season 1. Marie Moreau, Emma Meyer, Jordan Lee and others had been imprisoned at Elmira and Godolkin. Andre Anderson's fate was unclear but heavily felt. With some time passed, the characters returned to a more centralized location, Godolkin University, under new leadership. A new dean, Dean Cypher, takes charge and imposes stricter, more militant control over SUPES. Meanwhile, underlying conspiracies are beginning to emerge, especially around Project Odessa, the origins of the university, and what it means to be a SUPE versus a human. Also, this season includes a tribute and major plot change given the real-life death of actor Chance Perdomo Andre. The show rewrites Andre's character off-screen with a heroic death, and the surviving characters' arcs now carry grief, memory, and the consequences of loss. Episode 1. For Chance, Season 2, Episode 1. The premiere opens with a gruesome flashback to 1967 involving Thomas Godolkin, the founder trying to stop scientists from self-administering a variant of Compound V or a new blue serum. Things go horribly wrong. Bodily mutations, gore, death. We see the lab labeled Odessa Project. This establishes the origin of some of the show's mystery and horror. In present day, Emma and Jordan are released from Elmira, a high-security facility for SUPES, and brought back to Godolkin University by Kate Dunlap. They are coerced into giving public statements, speeches that spin events in favor of the university VOT, specifically a SUPES first, or anti-human ideology. They are under pressure from Dean Cypher and student life. It's revealed that Andre Anderson has died. He sacrificed himself during an escape attempt from Elmira, using his magnetic powers overexertedly inherited condition to try to open a steel door barrier. The strain led to his collapse and death. This acts both as plot and mourning. Marie is missing at first. She is off the grid, roaming, trying to find her sister Annabeth. Eventually she intervenes when she sees anti-SUPE's confrontation at a bus stop, using her hemokinesis to protect SUPES or those being targeted, drawing attention, both good and dangerous, to herself. Emma struggles with grief over Andre, with her resumed life at Godolkin, with being forced back into the mold she had fled. There are scenes of her using her power involuntarily under stress, shrinking without purging, etc. Jordan and Emma are both in a vulnerable place, physically, mentally. At the end of Episode 1, Marie is found by Emma, Jordan, and Kate. There is confrontation. Kate uses her persuasion or mind powers, Jordan defends Marie, Jordan uses force field. Things turn violent, Kate gets injured, bleeding, etc. The power dynamics within the group shift. Episode 2. Justice Never Forgets. The second episode finds the characters more directly under Dean Cypher's regime. Cypher is revealed to be more authoritarian, pushing for SUPE supremacy, more surveillance, propaganda, loyalty expectations. Emma and Marie begin to uncover more about Odessa. Marie is pressured to play public figure, forced to give upbeat statements about her return to Godolkin, even though she's grieving and frightened. The tension between public appearance versus private truth is strong here. Kate remains in a hospital or comatose or severely injured state following her confrontation. When she awakens or semi-awakens, she's traumatized, something is deeply wrong. There are visions or episodes of violence involving medical staff or nurses, possibly under influence of her or others. The show plays with bodies, identity, and control in scenes that are both unsettling and symbolic. Meanwhile, Emma and Polarity, someone who has authority, parental role, begin investigating the archives, hidden documents of Godolkin VOT. They discover secret rooms, files, particularly relating to Project Odessa. Evidence suggests Marie has deeper involvement, or at least was part of the research for Odessa before birth than she has known. Emma's powers continue to develop, behave in unexpected ways under stress. There is also a noticeable shift in the student body. Some SUPES and humans outside Godolkin are accepting Cypher's narrative, or fearful, others are rebels, dissenting. The tension between those who go along for safety versus those who resist becomes more visible. By the end of the episode, there's a shocking moment. Kate, having awoken, discovers medical staff have been killed around her. Possibly symbolic of how the corrupt systems are in play, and showing that violence permeates even safe spaces. There's an implication that Cypher or others are using incidents to stoke fear or control. Episode 3. H is for Human. This episode slows a bit to explore character identity, grief, public perception, and internal moral conflicts. There is also escalation of ideological conflict, humans versus soups, and how Godolkin is becoming a site of propaganda and power molding. Marie tracks down her aunt and learns more about her past. She discovers that her parents were involved in the Odessa program before she was born. Also, she learns that her sister Annabeth has been living with the aunt, but her whereabouts are uncertain. This adds personal stakes, family, identity, betrayal. Jordan is struggling with the expectations placed on them. Their ranking at Godolkin is high. They are supposed to represent token soups, and they are being forced to use sanitized or marketable language or identities that feel false. The tension builds between self-authenticity versus public performance. Jordan confesses loving Marie. This is a turning point in their relationship. It deepens the emotional bond, but also adds complexity given the public pressures, secrets, and dangers. Another reveal. Jordan admits they were the one who attacked Kate, or at least implicated in it. This confession undermines some of the group's trust, reshapes how characters see each other, surfaces guilt. It shifts questions of culpability, memory, power. The episode also explores Sam's mental state. Sam without Kate's stabilizing power is more unstable. He is dealing with grief, frustration, and possibly guilt. He's less sure of what to believe about what happened. The themes of what it means to be human versus superhuman are stronger here. Physical powers are less the point. Morality, identity, who gets to decide, truth, are more central. Public perception, media narrative, power, authority are under scrutiny. The episode sets up stakes for members of the group. Loyalty, secrecy, self-identity, and where resistance or compliance will take them. Overarching themes and implications. Loss and grief. The show handles Andre's off-screen death as foundational. The characters grieve, feel guilt, have unresolved questions. This shapes their behavior. Truth versus propaganda. Dean Cypher, the university, vought all push a narrative. Students are forced to lie, make statements, act in ways they don't believe. The disparity between public persona and private doubt is a recurring tension. Identity and authenticity. Jordan's struggles, Emma's power changes, Marie's past, Kate's body, each is wrestling with who they are versus who others want them to be. Power and control, both through superpowers and through institutional force. Dean Cypher's rule, surveillance, loyalty, coercion, especially over vulnerable characters. Past and mystery. The Odessa Project, Marie's birth origins, Godolkin's history, what was done, what's hidden, all loom as forces that will drive conflict forward.
Gen V Season 2, Episode 4, Bags, Recap, Context and Setup. At the end of Episode 3, Jordan Lee had publicly confessed that they were the one who attacked Kate. That declaration throws the campus of Godolkin University into chaos. The media and Vought launch an immediate campaign to discredit Jordan and spin the narrative. Meanwhile, Cypher, the new dean, steps in, threatening to expel both Jordan and Marie unless they settle their dispute in a televised arena fight. He orders them to compete for the number 1 ranking. Jordan and Marie resist the idea of a fight, but under the pressure of being sent back to Elmira, they reluctantly accept. Their friends Kate and Emma join them in a plan to expose Cypher's secrets and subvert the fight. Major beats and turning points. 1. Media and narrative warfare. The episode opens with the media machine in full swing. Firecracker and Vought twist the narrative, pushing the line that Jordan is a liar and that Kate was the victim, fabricating an entire lie about what happened to her. Kate cooperatively posts a video claiming she was attacked by starlighters and accusing Jordan of dishonesty. This amplifies the pressure on Jordan socially and institutionally. Vaught's influence and media control underscores one of the season's themes. Truth is what those in power decide it is. Even confessions and histories can be overwritten. 2. Cypher's ultimatum and the fight challenge. Cypher calls Marie and Jordan to his office and informs them the only way to correct the damage is through a direct televised fight. This gender-bender versus blood-bender battle will be broadcast to the world. Cypher pressures them. If they refuse, they'll be sent back to Elmira, a threat both dread. To prepare, Cypher begins private training with Marie, giving her tasks to refine her blood manipulation powers. One weird test: move a blood bag from table to table without breaking it. Then try moving a goat's blood, which, of course, goes catastrophically wrong. These exercises push Marie's limits. 3. Kate and Emma's scheme. Marie and Jordan visit Kate to enlist her help. Kate, whose powers are currently unstable, reveals a hidden room in Cypher's house with a humming door and a secret chamber. The group attempts to break in to gather incriminating evidence. Meanwhile, Emma partners with Harper and Allie. Emma learns more about Allie's strange power, manipulating hair, and devises a plan. Allie, disguised, helps Emma shrink and sneak into the ventilation system of Cypher's office to plant a tiny camera. The hope is to secretly record Cypher admitting that he is human, and then use that to blackmail him mid-fight. 4. The fight and Cypher's power reveal. The fight begins. What starts as a staged, symbolic spectacle quickly becomes terrifying when Cypher uses his power. By simply looking at Jordan, he takes control of Jordan's body like a puppet. Jordan, under Cypher's control, attacks Marie as the audience watches. With Jordan manipulated, Marie is forced into a showdown not just against Jordan, but against Cypher's invisible influence. It tests the limits of her power, her trust in Jordan, and her moral boundaries. She eventually defeats Jordan in the fight, though the victory is complicated. 5. Key revelation: Cypher's true nature. Kate's infiltration pays off. She and Jordan sneak into Cypher's hidden room and discover an old, burned man in a hyperbaric chamber hooked up to machines. This is presumably Cypher's father, or a prior iteration tied to the Odessa project, or the origin of his powers. Intriguingly, Marie's tests show that Cypher's blood lacks compound V. That means he doesn't read as a typical soup, and calls into question how his powers manifest through a different mechanism. This suggests Cypher may not be a soup in the traditional sense, but something else entirely. Character moments and dynamics. Marie and Jordan. Their bond is tested. Jordan's public confession and the subsequent fight put enormous emotional strain on them. Marie's love, loyalty, and protective instinct are foregrounded. Jordan, in turn, grapples with identity, control, and betrayal. Autostraddle notes Marie reassuring Jordan that she's on their side, no matter what. Kate. She walks a tightrope. Though once part of the deception, she decides to help Marie and Jordan. Her knowledge of Cypher's house and her broken powers make her a critical, unstable ally. Her confession that her powers don't reliably work adds tension. Emma. Often underestimated, Emma grows into a strategist and rebel. She organizes allies, Allie Harper, works with shrinking/sabotage tactics, and helps execute the plan. Her development this episode underscores that while not always in the spotlight, she is vital to the group's resistance. Themes and implications: power, control, and identity. Cypher's ability to hijack Jordan's body underscores the danger of unseen power. Control is not always brute force. It can be psychological, subversive. Truth versus
Gen V Season 2, Episode 5. Welcome to the Monster Club. Tentative title. Known confirmed elements. The fandom wiki lists Episode 5 in Season 2 as Welcome to the Monster Club. The show's season overview hints that the second season explores deeper conspiracies, secret programs from the 1960s, and that Marie is part of it. Also in news coverage, Sister Sage from The Boys makes an appearance in a cold open a month before the action, interacting with Cypher and a burn victim. That suggests crossover events or deeper connection to the larger universe. Plausible recap and thematic beats. Speculative, informed by patterns. Based on how episodes 1 through 4 build toward conflict, media warfare, Jordan and Marie's fight, Cypher's secret chamber, etc. Episode 5 likely does the following. 1. Aftermath of the fight. Tension in the fallout of the televised fight between Jordan and Marie. Audience reactions, Vought's spin, and how Cypher and the administration respond. The group, Marie, Jordan, Emma, Kate, regroup and reassess their strategy to take on Cypher. 2. Deeper investigation. The students dig further into Cypher's hidden chambers, or the mysterious hyperbaric chamber discovered earlier. They may try to decode clues from what Kate discovered. Old burn victim, humming doors. Given the Monster Club title, perhaps there's a metaphorical or literal club secret society of supers with hidden powers, or a gathering of powerful supes behind the scenes. 3. Sister Sage / crossover intrusion. The presence of Sister Sage suggests her motives become more central. She possibly confronts Cypher or exerts influence over the secrets he guards. The crossover may reveal her role in Vaught's power structure, or that she has been manipulating events at Godolkin. 4. Marie's identity and origins. Clues likely emerge showing Marie's deeper tie to the secret 1960s program mentioned in season summary. Perhaps someone references Project Odessa, or hints that Marie was designed or selected. Marie may push her powers further under pressure, revealing new abilities or vulnerabilities. 5. Crisis / cliffhanger. Episode 5 may end with a dramatic twist, a betrayal, a public reveal, or a power play by Cypher or Sister Sage. Possibly someone is captured, or the students suddenly lose control over some event, leaving them vulnerable. 6. Character struggles. Kate deals with the instability of her powers, emotional fallout from betrayal, and guilt. Jordan and Marie's relationship is stressed by secrets and external pressure. Emma works more with her rebel allies, Harper Alley, to sabotage or gather intel.
Recap of General V Season 2, Episode 6 Jumanji, spoilers ahead. Gen vs 2 times 10 to the 6 inches Jumanji, recap and analysis. Opening and setup. The episode begins by revealing that the virus being developed in the woods is not meant to control the minds of supes, as previously theorized. Instead, it is a lethal virus, capable of making supes sick or even killing them, though it does not infect ordinary humans. Sam Reardon Asa Gurman, who had escaped the woods earlier, appears unaffected by the virus. His immunity raises questions and potential danger. Kate's collapse and memory restoration. The core emotional and narrative arc centers on Kate Dunlap, Maddie Phillips. After her confession in Episode 5 that she manipulated the memories of her friends under Dean Shetty's orders, she now collapses into a near catatonic state. In her comatose or semi-conscious condition, Kate involuntarily traps her friends, Marie, Jordan, Andre, and others, inside her mindscape. They relive traumatic, distorted memories and nightmares that reflect her emotional history and the sins she's been made to carry. Among these recollections, the group sees how Kate's childhood was shaped, her mother's neglect, Kate's early power misuse, the long years of isolation, and the guilt she's been bearing. A particularly powerful revelation is that Dean Shetty coerced Kate for many years, instructing her to wipe memories, suppress truths, and enforce control over her peers. Kate's betrayal was not entirely voluntary, she was manipulated. Marie's heroic intervention and power unveiling. Faced with Kate's fading life, Marie Moreau steps forward in crisis. As Kate lies near death, Marie uses her blood manipulation powers as a form of emergency CPR, effectively reviving her. This act demonstrates both the strength and potential of Marie's abilities beyond conventional limits. The revival is dramatic and physically intense. Marie channels her life force, using her hemokinetic control to reboot Kate's bodily systems and bring her back from the brink. Emotional confrontations and growth. After saving Kate, Marie and Andre share a vulnerable conversation about their friendship, betrayal, and the burden of guilt. Marie admits how much it meant to her to get into Godolkin University, and the emotional weight she's carried. Their reunion grows deeper even in turmoil. The reunion is interrupted when Jordan summons them to a new threat, the collapse of safety as the woods' lockdown intensifies. Kate, recovering, is still unstable, her mind fractured from the psychic strain. The woods and virus reveal. The episode ends with the group learning a major twist: the woods is not simply a prison or holding facility. It functions as an experimental lab for soups, working on the viral weapon targeting superhuman bodies. This revelation reframes all previous events. The students' suffering, the secrecy, the memory manipulation, all may be part of a grander plot tied to biological warfare against soups. Themes and significance. Memory and identity. Kate's Mindscape arc shows how memories, suppressed or manipulated, shape identity. The trauma she internalized is as destructive as the external threats. Sacrifice and power. Marie's willingness to risk herself to save Kate indicates her growth. She begins to carry others' burdens, not just her own. Control versus autonomy. The episode underscores how characters like Kate have been controlled by Shetty, by guilt, by expectations, and are now fighting to reclaim their choices. Science and weaponization. The virus revelation raises the stakes massively. This is no longer a school drama, but biological warfare. The conflict is no longer just among soups, but about survival. Fragility and redemption. Kate's collapse and revival is symbolic. Redemption exists, but it's fragile. Powers are destructive when misused, but also capable of healing.